And we're on, and I've got my good friend Ged Neil. Me and Ged met 10 years ago in Ibiza, of all places. But Jed's got a very interesting story. Jed spent over 10 years in prison, battled with a lot of drink and drugs, in and out homes, man. So you used to obviously come on here and tell your story and how amazing you're doing, just doing amazing things for yourself, but also amazing things helping other people. So if you want to talk about, obviously, the start of your younger years and obviously what you've went through, prison and stuff, and how you found it, and obviously we'll go for there.
Aye. Well, the challenge, James, was to avoid the prison, because it was the second sentence that I'd done, which was a fairly long sentence, was fundamental to where I'm all the day, just because I went to Alcoholics Anonymous. No idea about anybody that was involved in recovery, and while in there was really the start of the journey, but you never know at the start what's going to happen moving forward. It's only when you get so further forward you look back and you say, well, that's actually where this all started.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, the new model of me.
And the results are speaking for themselves, because I never knew you at your darker days.
Yep.
I met you when you were clean, you were fit and healthy. Yep. I was in a dark place. We met in Ibiza. I think it was 5 days we were at Ibiza. On driving to the airport, I was on taking Charlie in the airport, on the plane, and as soon as I landed, for 5 days, mixed with a cocktail of drink and drugs, and yet I'm thinking I'm the big man of the island. But looking back, man, I was a scared wee boy. I was lost. I was in such a fucking dark place that you must have seen that.
James, obviously, because at that time I was very active in recovery and helping other young men through their process, which is part of our recovery process if you're involved in a 12-step fellowship, where once you get up a wee bit, you go back and try and drag some people back with you. And of course, we've seen that, and you can see a lot of people's behaviour, but if you start running about like a evangelical, telling people what to do, they need to find their own level, and generally what happens is people are using bad habits to cope with what's currently going on in their life. It's an avoidance.
How long have you been clean?
13 years now, over 13 years.
And that's without drink, drugs?
No drink, no drugs at all. I was 26 when I was 2 years into that sentence, maybe 2.5 years, 26 in Glasgow, and just desperate to change. And what everybody else normally does when they try and change is they try and change the body. So you go to the gym and you do more press-ups and you look physically good, but the real problem with anybody normally is psychological.
What age did you get to jail?
I got to jail first time when I was 18. I'd done 6 years. I'd done 3 years, and then while I was in there I got another 3 year in there, which 6 to get out 22. And same again, chaos, just went up to dancing, a few beers, and then it was Eckies and the Charlie, and 14 months later I was back doing double that length of sentence again, 24. Stayed in there until I was 29, so that was 12 years ago.
How was your upbringing? How do you feel?
Very relevant, because I had a terrible upbringing. I was not going to kid on that it was good, but it wasn't good. Young parents as well, and their parents weren't the greatest as far as I could see. Dad, he was away at 4, and then I was at 10 different schools before primary 5, and then I've never been in school again, so I've never actually been enrolled in any secondary school. I went to the schools in the country. It was like residential schools and stuff like that with other people who, I suppose, society would have viewed them as bad boys, bad girls, but they weren't. Mm-hmm. They were just emotionally damaged.
Do you think, obviously, when you're showing violence and anger, do you think that's to be liked, to get people to fit in as well? Because obviously if you never felt love, or do you think it's easy to do the bad shit to get in with the bad boys to kind of get that connection?
I find that certainly people come from housing estates in Glasgow, and listen, I've worked with a lot of other people who stay in outskirts, Cumbernauld, Falkirk as well. Generally, the environment that you grow up in has massive implications on who you develop, what coping skills that you develop, and how you grow into a personality. But what happened to me was I could not cope with the fact that all of a sudden one day your ma's like, look, you'll never see us again, we note on your left a wee note, like after my son. And she was going through some challenges herself, but I was away in her home. I didn't know how to cope with that. I was only 7 and get bullied at Rotten. Before that, my brother, who was 3 years older than us, he was away we stayed with separate grannies. So I stayed in the Wine Alley in Govan, he stayed in Norfolk Court and the Gorbals. But he used to just come down to my school when I was in school, Copeman Road, chat with Wendy and point out and say, come on. And I'm trying to get the teacher's like, do not you dare go out there. And he's like, fucking tell me to fuck off. So I used to just run out the class and go away and buzz glue and smoke fags. I was smoking fags for 7 up until 32 or something, 25 years smoking big.
Is that you after fags?
Aye, for years.
Good, mate. Aye, good.
For years.
What made you change?
Well, I had to. Do you know, it was like the mask was slipping. All the coping skills, like getting mad with it, and it wasn't working anymore. And you know, here I was, 26 years of age. I've already done 4 years at that point in the jail. I was 2 years into that sentence. I was in a home for 10 years. No real life experience at all. Conditioned myself to be loud and aggressive so that people will stay away. And where does that come from? So in the home, 7, don't really know what's going on. They send you out to school, getting bullied, rotten in the school, don't know how to respond to that. And then somebody's like, people are like, oh, his ma doesn't want him. But I remember clearly somebody saying, no, he's in a home, he must be a bad boy. So what you might accept, you're 7, either your ma doesn't want you or you're a bad boy. So I wore that one, I am in this home because I am a bad boy. And then I conditioned myself to respond to that, and I got louder and aggressive. And then obviously they knew there's a lot of talk, and there has been for the last couple of years, about radicalisation, and they would normally look at that as an ethnic group, i.e. Extreme versions of Islam. They would say there's very, very much radicalisation against the young Muslim population in this country, worldwide. But if you go back to 15, more than that, 20 years ago, there was radicalisation in all the schemes in Glasgow about all the young people, men and women, who the knife crime was rampant, and that's what you done. So when you're getting loud and aggressive, and then obviously solvent abuse comes in, when you're just a child smoking cigarettes, and then joints start coming in, and then it's the wine because that's what everybody else is doing, and then it becomes quite territorial. You're for that scheme, we're for this scheme, and everybody's running about with knives, and inevitably, like, I'm getting slashed, other people's getting slashed as well, and then it just goes into a big cycle of
snowballs effect. And Glasgow's a murder capital of Europe. I don't know if it still is, because I know they made a lot of changes with knife crime, but it's a fucking murder for the population. That Glasgow's a tough city, and it is all schemes. And if you're for post when you're fighting Mary Hall Springburn, the amount of boys that die is unbelievable.
Aye.
And for what? For what? Do you know what I mean?
Stuff,
it's petty shit. But then if you look at people who go to Celtic Rangers games, they're fighting. That's their dads, their uncles, or a religion or football teams. A lot of these people don't even know what the fuck religion is. Right. It's just pure hatred. So it's a built up of hatred for years and years and years, and that passes down from generation to generation. So what the fuck do we do? Do you know what I mean? There's no point in, as yourself who made the changes and myself who's made the changes. I believe it's taking responsibility and admitting, fuck this, man, this life isn't for me. So it's about admitting your problems. And if I come up with ideas, my family don't get it, because they're stuck in their ways. They're too ancient in their thinking to understand my vision and my goals. So it's about just trying to create that something for yourself and making it work. And a lot of these wee boys and young team and that, they haven't got a why, they've not got an end goal to strive towards something in life. So if you go along Saracen, you'll see 15, 20 boys selling drugs, fighting. You'll be lucky fucking half these wee boys will make the age of 16. Do you know what I mean? And it's sad to think that I'm not so sure if it's getting worse. I think a lot of knife crime, a lot of the stuff has kind of changed, man. But I don't know, man. But the work you're doing now, you're working with the brain now, aren't you? You're doing a lot of brain work.
Aye, for myself as well. I'm doing a lot of hypnotherapy training, done in neuro-linguistic programming and NLP. Very much interested in this CBT model, cognitive behavioural therapy just now. My pal Kevin, his girlfriend, she is a CBT therapist and trainer, so looking to try and get onto their courses. Listen, for myself, mate, done massive techniques on myself because my stress level was through the roof. I trained myself through various experiences to respond to circumstances that I couldn't control with aggression and with violence. And do you know what? That's why I ended up in the places. Do you know, it wasn't like a big hard luck story. I was in there because I done things to people that they didn't deserve to happen to them. But when you're in there putting badges on yourself, saying he's this and he's that, and they're this and they're that, but
Because you have got a lot of respect for the jails. You have got a lot of... You're well liked as well. Did that eventually grow a conscience on you and hurt you in a way?
What happened to us, James, is I just couldn't cope. See, the trauma from my childhood, it caught up with us, and I needed to find a way for to deal with it. My stress, the autonomic nervous, the part of the central nervous system, the autonomic part of that was, my heartbeat was going rapidly, cortisol was continually in my body, adrenaline was flying through. I was in a state of readiness, so my body was prepared for a lion to jump out and start attacking us, and I'm just going through the norms of life. So long-term exposure to that, symptoms of that are withdrawing from social activities, aggression, depression. So that all these symptoms were all written out. So I had to find a way through that, and I read a book called, I went to Alcoholics Anonymous, and some guys like us coming up and telling a story, and you're going, there is hope after this. But I read a book, Reuben Carter, The Hurricane. Do you know?
Boxer.
Aye, I read a book, Reuben Carter.
Film.
And do you know what? Somebody said to us as well, see if you keep doing the same things, you will get exactly the same results. So see when you find out how the brain actually works, if we learn to do something, and then as soon as we learn to do that, and we keep doing it, it becomes subconscious. So we are just going through life based on things that have happened in the past and responding to what's currently happening today because we responded to it yesterday.
20 years ago.
Aye, and if saves nothing's no working, if your life currently right now isn't where you want it to be, you're no achieving what you set out to if you've even set out to try and achieve it, and because life just booted you right in the balls, and now all of a sudden you're just getting out of your bed, eating the same breakfast, going to doing the same thing, talking to the same people, nothing's going to change because your brain is working exactly the same way it's always worked. And apparently, now I don't know how they measure this, but apparently we have between 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of them are the same thoughts that we had yesterday.
Subconscious.
So if we keep on thinking the same things, we have the same feelings. If we have the same feelings, we respond the same way, and the experience of life is the exact same experience as it was yesterday. And so how do we change that? And the best way to change that is to get new knowledge. So get your brain working in different combinations or have new experiences. And what I honestly think they know is, see what happened there, all the years in the home. Well, listen, a lot of them were shite, mate, pure shite. And then coming out of there, coping with that through buzzing, glowing gas when you're away, smoking fags. I mean, see, this is ridiculous. See, when you were 10 in a home, they gave you 4 fags a day. So they gave you, can you imagine giving a wee boy at 10 4 fags a day now? And then when you were 13, you get 7, because we would have burnt the place down. So it was better that they took us into a controlled environment. They gave us 4 fags a day, one after your breakfast, one after your lunch, one after your dinner, and one at supper. And then when you were 13, you got 3 in between it.
Is that a cam you're doing? But that's kind of feed. It's kind of.
We were doing that anyway, mate.
Aye.
We were doing, we were wild. So you go into the homes where it's like you go out to school, but because I was so traumatised with what happened to us, and I just could not trust any adult figures. And because obviously my brother was 3 years older than us, he was 10, so he was getting in about all sorts of stuff. So we just used to run away all the time, you know, very, very streetwise, involved in millions and millions of, I wouldn't even downgrade them as petty crime, because they were obviously a big inconvenience to people who were experiencing that, but just breaking into motors and car theft and stuff like that in the grand scheme. And later on in life, and things were a bit more serious then, but it's still the pattern was still there. And then as soon as I got out of home at 17, put us in a single, I couldn't wait to get out of it, to get us out of it. And then in the jail straight away for there, doing that sentence, out of there 14 months later, back in again, just doing the same things.
Does the home feel like a jail?
It's very similar, mate, when you go into the jail. It's more secure conditions, but the same people were in it. And the same thing is, it's like, you go in there at 7 and there's a top man in it. So it's a bit like, share a wee story when I'm talking. When I was in Copeland Road Primary, say Primary 4 maybe there, and I was the 3rd best fighter in the class. Now you're talking about that stuff about the young boys with Poso and the tracksuits and the bags, selling the gear with a lot back. I've been going there for 25 years, mate, Because back then there wasn't a lot of motors, but the ones that had the motor was the guys that was doing the gear. So he's jumping about with the RS, whatever it's called, and the good Adidas trainers and stuff like that, and I was a pure tramp. So I'm getting into school and getting slagged because I was a pure paraffin lamp. The clothes I was wearing, so straight away you're learning, well, to fit in socially, I need to have the latest material possessions. So what I wear is a reflection of who I am. Now fast forward that 10, 20 years later, when you're getting into cruise and buying £500 trainers and £1,000 jacket and 500 or 200 quid dirhams and stuff like that, and 300 quid for a belt, which is quite cheap for a belt these days. Sorry, you're walking out, I'm walking out thinking,
You're the man.
who's going to slag us now? Do you know, I'm walking down the street thinking somebody I don't even know is walking by going, look at that guy here, look at that jacket. So you're spending money you've no got to impress people you don't know, to feel bit better, and then you look at what's going on there, people with fillers and all the cosmetic
Sort of
stuff.
insecurities.
I know. It's
And
the
this is
outer
peer
stuff.
pressure. It's the outer stuff that we think it makes us as human beings. That's the stuff is irrelevant, but if it makes you feel good, then so be it. I've said it, but it doesn't, because they're constantly searching for it. They're constantly searching for that end product, and I probably says it in every podcast, but everything is within it, is the mindset. It's the brain, how you think up here. So if you're constantly looking at other people and wishing they've got a great life for this, you're focusing your energy onto somebody else. And again, with the thought process, the 50 to 7,000 thoughts a day, the subconscious mind will flip that onto you every day. So people who are wanting to change their life, but doing the same fucking routine every day and not seeing different results, they're psychopaths. That's crazy. You've got to come out your comfort zone, and it is true what they say, life begins at the end of the comfort zone. To take that chance, to take that risk, to do something new, to create the life that you want. But too many people are stuck in that society for a young age. Maybe their mums and dads have worked hard, so they'll say, you need to get a job, you need to get a trade, son, you need to get a trade. So before you know it, you're in that trade, before you know it, you've got enough bills, a house, and you can't afford to do anything else because you need to stick in that job. Before you know it, you're 50 or 60 and you've not really accomplished what you want in life. And I'm not saying a trade's a bad thing to do. If you're working, then so be it. But the majority of people you'll see in the building trade, they're all fucking near enough alcoholics. Do you know what I mean?
Would say, I would go further than that. I would say that they're actually the lucky ones, because see down below that, there's a massive amount of people all around about us. And generally, if you look at the figures, it's 35 to 45. Do you know what? I would suggest that people's coming from disadvantaged backgrounds, and listen, you can get even emotionally abandoned staying in Newton Mearns with all the trappings of success, do you know? So it's not just round about your environments, but it is a fact that if you come from a disadvantaged background, it's more likely you would have experienced domestic violence in your life after maybe your parents, or you would have been exposed to severe violence round about you at some point in your life, either at school, in the streets, or even in your household. Lots of parents have got addiction problems themselves, lots of single parent families, so the family dynamics breaking up. Then you get out and you get round about your pals. You're not getting any value in the house really. You go out there and you've got to get your value off your pals. So if you don't even know who you are, you'll be a joker to some people, you'll be the hard man to somebody else, you'll be dead serious to somebody else, and then you'll get to where I was, 26 years of age, you look yourself in the mirror and you say, who the fuck am I? Who am I? I know what I need to be for you, James. I know what I need to be for that guy. I know what I need to be for him. But who actually am I? And then it goes back to what you're saying there. See if there's no end goal in sight. If you are where you're now and you don't want to be where you're right now, but you don't know where you do want to end up, then you don't know the journey you've got to travel. So see if you say, here I'm or here, and this is where I want to go, then at least you know where you want to go. So now we know how to map that out there. But if you don't know where you want to go, what the desired outcome is there, you're just stuck in this state right now, presently, which is fucking like hell, because it's like, I don't want to be here. Life isn't again is what I want to be. So how do we change that? Go to the gym 5 days a week. Go and take some steroids, go and buy a new pair of trainers, and then eventually what happens is when that doesn't work, you go to the doctors and you say to the doctor, listen, this is what I'm experiencing, and the doctor will say, that's a chemical imbalance, so take these tablets here, now you know. So now you go, what's the matter with me? Well, here you know, it's a chemical imbalance, take the tablets. Does it change how you feel about yourself? Generally, no. So what you do is you go to the therapist, and then you speak to the therapist, and you'll say to the therapist, oh, my ma couldn't look after us, I went into these homes, I get bullied mercilessly, I learned to become loud and aggressive, I became radicalised, I ended up using drinking drugs, and then I went in the prisons, and it was chaos in there. And she'll say, aye, that's what's the matter with you there, you know, they've got this deep sense of abandonment. And now that I know that all the experiences have had an impact in my life, does it change how I feel now? Fucking no. I still feel the same way. So know what I do? I go to the fortune teller. And she goes and redoes all the stuff for us all, and she'll say to us, do you know what happened to you? You're actually Genghis Khan's main man, and you get murdered off of some Arabian prince away back X and out. And see, now that I know that I was Genghis Khan's main man and I've got a stain in my soul, does that help us deal with the stress in my life? Fucking no. So what do you do? Go to astrology, and she does your readings and the calculations, and then says to you, do you know what the problem is with you? You were born cesarean section's that right? Aye, 20 minutes too early. The stars have aligned when they aligned, right? That's what's a matter. And now I know that that's a matter ways I know. Does that help? No. So see, now that I know exactly what happened to us in the past has got a correlation to how I'm thinking, and because of what I'm thinking, I'm starting to feel these sensations, and I'm saying, oh, do you know what this is? This is anger. How do you deal with anger? Well, in the past, boom, and here's how. And you just keep on doing the same shit.
Constantly searching for answers.
You've got to change, so you've got to do what you say. A couple of sentences ago, you've got to take responsibility, because that gives you empowerment. Whose responsibility is it to deal with my shame? Mine. Whose responsibility is to deal with my anger based on what happened in the past? Mine. Whose responsibility is it to heal the deep sacred wounds that I experienced? Mine. Do you know? Because see, if I don't do it, what happens is I end up more guilt and more shame, because how I'm trying to cope with that is spilling out and damaging other young men, other mothers and fathers whose sons are suffering as a result of me. They might have wounds themselves, their partners are all devastated because Mad Dog here can't control his emotional nature, and it's spilling out. And then what's happening is I'm going through high court trials and having the fucking cheek to tell grasses. Here's a grass up there. A guy who's gone to his work, sees a mad dog like me doing massive violence on another young man, stops to help the person, the police come along, take his details off him, ends up at a high court with all sorts of people looking at him, QCs, judges, juries, packed people in the gallery, me sitting there growling at them when they're on the dock. They don't want to tell the truth because they've been conditioned. Oh, it's grasses in it, they go to court. So they say, can you see the man here? No, I can't see him. What don't they know? You described a 5'11" male, a stone, black hair. And did you not pick him out in an ID parade? No, I didn't do it because they don't want to be grasses. And then they say to him, do you know what perjury is? Do you know that you can go to the jail for that? So then the poor guy flaps and says, and tells the truth about what actually happened. No anybody I know, James, no anybody that's involved in any crime. A guy going to his bloody work, and I'm sitting up that bar on trial going, I says it wasn't for that grass or it wasn't for them. Says it wasn't for fucking me. No being able to cope with the circumstances that happened in my life. Then you get to the bit where you start taking responsibility. Whose responsibility is to change it? But me trying to change it, I don't want to live like this. Let's go and do 100 kilo, 5 reps of 100 kilo in the gym, that'll change it. Do you know, maybe 2 circuits a week, that'll change it. Trying to change the body when the body's a slave and it's the mind that's the master. So if you want to change it, you've got to change your mind.
Change your mindset. Again, everything you're saying is spot on. When you do something, if you're doing an act of violence, if you're hurting somebody, you ain't just hurting them. It's a snowball effect where it's 100, 200 people it can possibly affect. Do you know what I mean? And again, with people who are unsure what they want to do, if you're unsure, the universe comes unsure. So if you're all the place and don't know what you want to do with your life, you're fucking all the place. You're hitting hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. You've got to be concrete in what you want to achieve in life. Write it down, how much you want to make, what job you want to get in, and fucking strive after it, man, and get the life. But if you've come through homes, jails, getting fed drink, getting fed drugs, that is hard for somebody to change their mindset. But you're going round jails and that now, you know, you're doing a lot of stuff.
No, well, what happened is, mate, but that's the thing that we're trying to do. So obviously part of your process of being in recovery is depending what fellowship do you remember. You go into prisons and institutions the same as you go to meet. You take meetings into the locked establishment the same way that they took one in for me. That meeting in Glencoe had been gone for years. It just so happened a boy who is dead now, mad with crack, flung his cell out a window. He said to me, listen, come on up to this meeting. Come on up, listen. I'm like, no, you're thinking fucking Ramsey Nisbet's patters, do you know? And that's what you're thinking, innit? You go, the guy, it's like, out there, pure tramp, homeless, lost all his possessions, lost all his family, just drinking. But out in here is an alcoholic. But when you find out what alcoholism actually is, if you find out what addiction actually is, you go, well, he's just a bit further down the road than me, and anybody can put the breakers on it and say, here, how we done it is, I went up there, I didn't have to say it, and I didn't have to do it, and I just sat and listened to a guy talking, and then I listened to another guy, and another guy, as the weeks went on, and I started saying, that's how I feel. That's how I'm drinking, that's how I'm using drugs, and that's the reason why I'm doing it. So then you learn, because it's obviously the drinking the drugs, it's the problem and all, and then as you stop taking drinking drugs, you're still experiencing the same thing. So you're saying, well, what is it? And what I honestly think is, see, rather than just telling a wee motivational story, here's what happened to me, and some people go, what a fanny, and other people go, oh, that's tremendous what you done. The bottom line is, I have got experience for 25 years that I can use that experience to go back and to help other young guys, 18, 19, 20, 21, to move away from that life, not just by telling my story, but also showing them the techniques, the tools, the strategies that I used on myself, but I'm also using and I'm also learning because the reality is, because of my background, if I want to start getting involved in maybe helping young offenders, care experienced young people, then I will need to make sure that I have my credentials are impeccable in terms of the education that I've got. So what I'm doing is that the hypnotherapy stuff and the relaxation therapy stuff, it was through the London College of Clinical Hypnotherapy.
Right.
Now the training provider I was talking to you earlier is the Harvest Clinic in Glasgow, Angela Trainer, that are fucking brilliant, mate.
Because you gave me her numbers, because like I've said it before, there's a lot of rooted problems that I've still no battled, and again, it is the mindset, because every day I'm fighting a battle every fucking day. There's days the majority of days I don't want to get out of my bed, I don't want to go out for a run, I'm forcing it, which is good, and that's how you change your mindset and you get things done, because I'm doing big things, man, but every day's a struggle. Every day is a struggle, and I'm constantly fighting a battle. I just think if I work on these problems that I've suppressed for so long, I think it is going to take us to the next level, because I've become honest and open. As much as I say I'm honest, there's still things I don't talk about. I'm still things I put to the side, because obviously you fucking can't talk about them. But for somebody in that Harvest Clinic, I just think I need to go and speak to somebody to get everything out in the open, man, and say, right, this is, because if they ask me questions, that's me and you talking now, I'll be as honest as I can be, but there's still obviously some dark-rooted problems there that maybe too much pride, too ashamed to talk about. So I just think I need somebody I can trust to speak to and say, look, this is my problems, I want to be honest with you and take it to the next level, and what can you do? Because I don't want to be going to doctors and getting fed Valium, and because I've did that well to get to where I'm now through all the help, but I don't want to be... am I kidding myself on more this positivity and this motivational stuff, because it is a quick fix. It's like you go to the jail and can be motivational speak. That only makes you feel good for a day. The rooted problems and the mindset's still fucking there. Do you know what I mean? When you try to get the strategies and the tools, I'm trying to get a strategy to say, right, wait a minute, I was depressed, I was suicidal, I had a lot of anger and frustration, I was shagging everything, I was taking a lot of drinking drugs. What was I doing that for? To heal something, to numb something, to find that something that I was searching for in life to make me feel better. But all the stuff I was doing was making me feel 100 times worse. Do you know what I mean? I was in such a dark place where it was joints at night, Valium during the week, and then Charlie at the weekend, and I'm going on holiday, that time on holiday, I was mad with it for 5 days, and I'm thinking, this is a great holiday. Looking back now, man, I was in such a dark place, man. And the people I was surrounded with were the exact same. And as you say, the most loudest people and the maddest people are the weakest. So all my pals who think they're tough nuts, all I see now is vulnerability and weakness. Do you know what I mean? Because what you're trying to do is protect your fragile wee heart. When you're getting violence to it, you get a rush for that. You get some sort of empowerment when you're doing that. So if they're doing that constantly, in my opinion, the loudest people and the maddest people are the weakest people. So if you're constantly showing violence, it's just a way to try to portray yourself as being strong and being fine, when really you're hiding face something. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know exactly what you mean. I think when you recognise the symptoms of stress, and you recognise that people go into, listen, there's a few ones, but the predominant ones are fight or flight, and everybody's generally heard of that. And when you start recognising somebody who's becoming very aggressive and stuff like that, generally you can start saying, well, listen, I'm seeing him now, that's just, that guy's in flight. His autonomic nervous system, the automatic part of his system has seen danger based on whatever his sensory data that he's taking in, and he's responding based on what he thinks has happened in the past is going to happen again in the future, i.e. the present. And what I also think I know is that there's some people that you can't reach, James, but do you know who you can take responsibility for? Yourself.
Yourself is the biggest one.
And I honestly, see every day, mate, every day I got up every single morning and meditate for 30 minutes. So when you're in IB for all crackers where I'm away meditating
With your
for
boats,
an
because
hour
we used to laugh at you.
every
We used to
single
laugh
day.
at us as fucking meditating.
Every day.
We're just stoating in.
And
7 in
then
the
what I
morning.
do now is I regulate my system regularly. So before I go into a stressful event, when I come out for a stressful event, I do some very basic techniques that I teach other people how to do it. So the stuff that I'm doing now, the workshops and stuff like that, is that I do the stress management, full stress management, down regulate the body. So the body is responding to things that have happened in the past and memories associated with emotions. So the reason you remember something is because of how you felt when it actually happened. So if you've had traumatic experiences, if you've been subjected to violence, or any other traumatic event that could have happened in your life, your sensory data, i.e. what you're seeing, what you're hearing, you're using your 5 senses is bringing in millions of data into your brain, and unconsciously your brain will start sending signals down into the body to say, here's an event that reminds us very much like that last event, and remember how you felt that time that happened, and your body gets into a state of readiness. So you're going for a job interview, and maybe you're a wee boy and you were humiliated like me when you were in school because you were a wee tramp, and the teachers obviously exasperated with my behaviour and too scared to answer the question, and I say, listen, I don't really know where it is, and maybe the embarrassing shame you were at, and now all of a sudden you're going for a job interview, you're trying to put your best foot forward, and before you go in for that job interview, your heart's beating right out your chest. Do you know, all the blood goes to the back of your brain so you can't think properly, adrenaline's running through, and everybody's walking about kidding on that this is not happening. You're starting to sweat and stuff like that, which is just a natural response because your body is experiencing a state of readiness because they think there's danger in the environment. It's getting you ready for a big lion to chase you down the street, and all you're doing is going for a job interview based on the last time I had to talk in front of people that I didn't know. Remember the shame that you felt, remember the humiliation, and see when that's going on day after day after day, do you know what you do need to do to cope with it? You need to smoke green meat, you need to take Valium, you need to get mad with it, because do you know what it is? I cannot cope with what's currently going on here, so let's alter that state. So when you take cocaine, dopamine comes into your system, you get that feeling of well-being, you get that rush, but what must go up must come down, and now all
It makes things 100 times worse.
100 times worse.
Like I say, sorry mate, you're like, it's like an onion. What happens is, you're brought in this earth for a purpose. I believe we're all spiritual beings, so you're brought in this earth for a purpose, but when you go through life, maybe through the mental abuse, physical abuse, the torment, I'm no good enough, he's got better clothes than me, I'm no good looking, I'm too fat, you wrap yourself through in layers like an onion. So when I was 30 and I made the changes, I didn't know who the fuck I was. I'd put on so much of an act for 12 years, 15 years, through all the shit that I'd done. I didn't know who I was, so I had to unravel that, and right now, man, as I unravel it, I'm still trying to find my purpose. I'm trying to find my well-being. But you can change your central nervous system. You can change your mindset. There's a man called Wim Hof. I don't know if you know him. This guy I think he runs up Mount Everest in his shorts and t-shirt. Everything with him is breathing techniques.
He commands his central nervous system.
He changed his central nervous system,
He commands his brain. So basically what's happening is, you've got a function in your brain, right, called the executive function. So you've got this frontal cortex on your brain that's meant to go, I am the chief executive officer of this company. And when a chief executive officer looks at one department in the company and that department's absolutely performing horrendously, it changes the department. But we see with us, we don't use the executive officer. The department that's fucked is the one that's running the show. And what it starts doing is, it starts sending signals by chemicals into the body. Our body starts responding to that. And before you know it, we're not sleeping properly. We've got these sensations that's going on with our body. We start saying, oh, it's anxiousness and stuff like that. Long-term exposure to that, mate, is that your immune system is totally compromised. You end up with all sorts of flus, all sorts of colds constantly, and then it starts getting to more serious illnesses the longer that you're exposed to it.
Because that's disease. When they say when you're at disease, it causes disease. So people are agitated, frustration, they're always
100%.
taking no well. So what happens is everybody's got an aura. So it pokes holes in your aura, and this is where the disease gets in. If you're at disease all the time, frustrated, tense, angry, frustrated, you'll find these people are constantly no well. Like I say, the yoga is something I dip my toe into from time to time. It's something I'm struggle with. I do a Bikram yoga and that, but I'll do it for like 3-4 weeks, then I'll dip away for 2 months, 3 months. It's the breathing techniques and the mindset. That's something I'm trying to master this year, to work on my breathing, because I know it's going to help with the mindset. And because when people that like yourself 10 years ago, 5 years ago doing yoga, but look at that, Fanny. Do you know what I mean? But then I know it's not changed now, man.
See where it is, I know. See if you could say to somebody, listen, I could teach you how to change your mind, and as a result of changing your mind, you would develop new thoughts, and because you're having new thoughts, you would have new feelings, and because you're having new feelings, you would do new actions, and based on the new actions, you would have a new experience of life, and all you would have to do is 60 breaths 4 times a day. So no 60 all in. So if you do 10 breaths in the morning, 10 breaths at tea time, 10 breaths at night, and then you can do another 30 breaths there to take you down to a level. And if you do that consistently, your life would entirely change. Most people would say, I would do that in an instantly. But see, the reality is, that's it. That's how challenging it is.
Do you think they should be doing yoga at schools?
I think they're starting to do a lot of mindfulness at school now, and you've got to be aware as well how commercial that we are in this country. So again, it's like, I don't feel good, but if I've got £200 pair of trainers, then I will. So you've got people who are living no far off the breadline and stuff like that, who are having to find money to send their wains to school with these garments on. And let's be honest, what are these garments? These are cotton that grows in fields, it's leather, which is animal skin, and it's goat's hair. So we're all walking about with this animal hair, goat's hair, because it's made by maybe Gucci or Dolce & Gabbana, we are going, fucking hell, I am the absolute man. But how long does that actually last?
Nobody wears that very,
How long
very,
does it
very
like? So
quick.
what's the next thing that you're going to do?
To get bigger, a bit better, more.
What's the other one? Let's go to the gym. Oh, I'm not as big as I want to do. Let's take some chemicals into our body to make us bigger. How does that stand for you?
That's just the insecurities, everybody, but the inferior.
What you've got to do is that you've got to learn stuff. So I would suggest to people, read a book, read somebody, an inspirational book, find somebody either the new, that's run about you, maybe you, James, or else you find somebody that's been in history, maybe Nelson Mandela, you look back, maybe Gandhi, stuff like that, and you look back at the people and you model them and you say, what is the difference between me and him? Because if you've not got any disabilities, you've got 2 eyes, you've got a nose, you've got 2 ears, you've got the full physical attributes as that other person. So he has got the same human abilities that I've got. And then if you look at somebody's brain, so they took Einstein's brain, right? So they took Einstein's brain out and they studied it, they had it in a jar and they looked at it, and do you know what they found? Einstein's brain is the exact same brain that we've got.
Aye.
There's no difference. So if we've not got any difference, then what is it that these exceptional human beings are doing that we think, wow, I would really like to do that? Because see, if you model them, if you do what they done, it's likely that you'll get a similar set of results.
Model image. So like if Tiger Woods golf or whatever, if you model on them, you can get to a certain level then, but then you can put your own spin to it. Success leaves clues. I think it's Think Now, Grow Rich.
That's it, aye.
Think Now, Grow Rich is a book for people to read, man. It's they interviewed like 500 of the most successful people in the world, and it's all basically the same. It's all basically the same clues. It's just fear is controlling
Tell you
people.
something, see that, but you're talking about that was wrote in 1922, so it's Napoleon Hill, right? Something like that. Right? But
Well,
see if you
want
see if you want to look at the most current stuff, I would suggest that you look at a guy called Dr. Joe Dispenza.
That's the link you sent
Evolve
me.
your brain, becoming supernatural, and what they'll tell you is exactly how your brain works, exactly what memory works, what feelings work, how unconscious most of your behaviours. Apparently they were saying it was like 95% of what we do is subconscious. So we have got 95% of what we do constantly. So think about it. See, when you go for a shave, do you go, how do you shave? No, you just got up. The programme's already there. You got up, I'm going to go and shave. Right, let's put that programme in. And you go and shave, brush your teeth. Normally people take the same amount of stuff in their coffee. They go out for a night out, they take the same amount of beers. They buy the same amount of clays. They do the same amount of workouts. Generally everything that we do is very familiar. It's very routine. It's very unconscious. Jump your motor. Oh, do you go
season.
clutch and go? You just go now, mate.
But as a human being, we're not supposed to struggle. We're not supposed to feel hurt and pain. That's why we do everything in our comfort zone. We don't want to step out it, because if we do, go fuck this.
We
We
evolve.
don't. We
We
don't
need to
understand it. Who was it? Is it Edison? That's the guy that made the light bulb.
Aye.
3,000 times it took him to do that.
10,000 of us
Was it
suggest.
10,000? Well, there's between 3,000, and this is a guy who never gave up, man, who never quit, and this is what it's all about. And if your body's going through 95% of the same shit that you do week in, week out, which you probably do if you were write it down, you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, take a shit, fucking make your breakfast, lunch, go to work, and you're doing it constantly.
It's not even that. You go to the same route for work, you talk to the same people, you've got the same groups of friends, you go to the same gym, you do the same classes. So, see if you just keep on doing the same things, right, and your life's brilliant, good. But see if honestly you're saying, I'm not coming on this talk show and saying it on, not saying like that, but if you're just sitting there and you're saying to yourself, my life isn't how I planned it to be, the relationships that I've got now are not how I intended them to be, or you've got a belief system that all men are bastards because you've had a few damaged in relationships in the past, or all women can't be trusted, and now what's happening is you go into a relationship and you think, well, what happened in the past is going to equal my future, so you start acting out and protecting yourself so that this thing that might happen in the future, I better protect myself for this thing that might happen. Because who actually sits in their bed at night and goes, thinks of the best thing that can possibly happen? Most people actually think of the worst thing that can possibly happen and then wind themselves up. But instead of saying, oh, I might lose my job, I might not have enough money to pay these bills, or I'm never going to meet anybody that's going to fill my life with passion, with joy, give me a sense of deep security, I can go and have wains where go and travel the world and journey through life. Most people, who actually sits and thinks, I'm going to meet the most incredible person in the world. As a matter of fact, see if I lost my job, it's the best thing that could happen to me, because it would force me to go and get new skills, to have new experiences, and instead of earning 40, 50, 60 grand a year, I'm going to go and earn big bucks about it all. And then they're lying in their bed and say, what would I spend that big bucks on? Before you know it, they're on a Caribbean cruise, and then they're first class to Dubai, and they're just using their imagination. But instead of using it to self-sabotage themselves, they're using it to make themselves feel brilliant. Then they get up in the morning and they go, I just feel brilliant that wee night, and Dubai was fantastic last night.
For people in the struggle right now, because I've put a post out yesterday, for people in the struggle, that doesn't have to, what was that it says, for people that's in the struggle, it doesn't have to be that way, because your struggle isn't as big as your, what does that fucking says? Something like that anyway. But for anybody in the struggle, what would you say to them? What advice would you give them?
I would suggest to anybody not to accept anything less than absolute joy, happiness, freedom. If they've not got that now, say to themselves, well, there is enough evidence out there to say that the state that you should be experiencing in life is happiness. See if you've been happy once in your life, then it exists. It's not a myth. So see if you've been confident once in your life, then you now know that confidence is a state that actually exists. So see if it existed for one day, it can exist another day. So what was the conditions like in my life when I was confident and I was happy? Because see if you can mirror them, it's possible that you'll do the same stuff. See if you've had very traumatic experiences in your life who have left deep sacred wounds in you, and you're now basing your life on what's happened in the past instead of the possibilities and excitement that might be happening in the future. I would suggest that you go and speak to somebody who's properly qualified. Maybe the therapist in the Harvest Clinic, my pal Kevin's girlfriend Jennifer as well. She would be somebody who would be very, very good to go and talk to get some, just to get some closure on it all. But the most important thing that anybody can do right now is just take responsibility and say, what I done, I am no fucking taking this anymore. I am no accepting that this is the way that my life has to be. I am living my life based on the events that happened 20 odd years ago. We orphan Annie are here, and I'm basing how I feel about myself based on the fact that Mama had some major issues in her life. She couldn't look after me, and I've took that as a major rejection. So now what's happening with me, James, is I was going out. So I was in A8 this time. I was at a meeting, but the last year I was going out with Cumbernauld, who had a terrible time, by the way, a terrible time while I was working out a lot of shit. I'm saying to people, oh, I can't wait, that lassie, she's away out to the dancing with her pals, I'll go up the road and I'll have a Chinese and I'll watch Match of the Day and it'll be brilliant, I've got this new life, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take any drugs. Look, I've learned some accountancy stuff, I'm out there with my wee accountancy work, and I've got a good motor, and I'm fit and I'm healthy. What a lot of shite. So, honestly, as soon as I got up the road, mate, I'm trying to eat the curry, my central nervous system's kicked in, and do you know one of the aspects of it is, it's no time to digest a nice meal when there's a threat in the environment. So I'm sitting going, maybe she's talking to somebody. And then I'm having another wee bite and I'm going, maybe she's dancing with somebody. And then another, maybe she's getting numbers. Maybe she's getting, then your kid's taking you away down there. So what you're doing is, 2 in the morning, what time's that dancing shot at, and then you get time, you get a taxi. Where the fuck is she? She should be up the road now, keeping out the curtains every time a motor comes up to high door, and then having the fucking cheek, mate. As soon as the taxi gets up, take a big dive into bed, kid on your sleep.
That's the insecurity issues. Do you think that's a lot of the vulnerability and
I would say, don't accept that, mate. Do you know what that is there? And then getting up in the morning, she's obviously mad with want to come in and be intimate with you, and you're like, oh no, I don't. And then getting up in the morning, she's got a sore head and I'm slamming doors and all that. Based on what I've just made up in
your
my
mind,
life. Because my man didn't want us when I was a wee boy. I've got major abandonment issues in here. I'm so low and I'm so insecure that even if I'm in a relationship, I need to cheat with everybody that I can take, is because if somebody wants us, I'll value myself. And if nobody wants us, then what's the matter with me again? And what I would suggest is, to be honest with you, mate, see that there? That is low-level domestic abuse, you know. And when that starts escalating, that's why there's massive domestic abuse happening.
That's the mental abuse of the factors, isn't it? That's a lot of shit I struggle with, because I fucked about all the lasses having about me. Do you know what I mean? Because I was insecure. Because I was scared of getting hurted, so I hurt them first.
So the past equals the future.
Aye.
So what happened in the past is going to happen in the future again.
So how did you control that then?
What I would suggest that everybody's got to do is work on themselves. So if your mind's working in one way, let me tell you, that's me trying to do the best for my life. That's me. That behaviour is me trying to make myself happy. That's me trying to make myself whole. That's me trying to make myself secure in life, right? And that's not working anymore. And see when you kid on that that's not happening, or that, oh, I'll go up and watch the Champions League and I'll have a curry. See when you say, listen, I'm not going up to watch a curry. I'm jealous here, by the way. I'm going to be up there and I'm going to be demented. And instead of saying, look what you're doing to me, get out with your pals like that, instead of doing that and start saying, well, hold on now, whose responsibility is this? Talking about take responsibility, it leads to empowerment. What can I do to change this? Who can I speak to? What techniques can I learn? What strategies can I adopt here? What can I do to change my mind? And then you would start suggesting you read books like The Road Less Travelled, and you start getting an idea about how the mind works, how childhood abandonment equals generally broken relationships further down life, how I end up with limiting beliefs that there's clearly something the matter with me. Who's going to want me if my mad doesn't want us? And then you start basing your life on events that people can't even remember, but they've left big scars on you. And what I done is, I started reading new information. I mean, taking new information in about how you should conduct yourself, how you should communicate, how you should live your life. And what happened is, I took that information, wow, to be honest, learn to live honestly, learn to live with dignity, respect. Nelson Mandela, reading his book, and I'm going, right, then you start practicing these things and you start saying, what's the things that I'm doing right now that's contributing to the things in my life that I don't want? What am I doing? Do you know, what am I doing? Loud and aggressive no longer works. That's alright when you're locked up in the jail. I'm not in the jail anymore, so I can't conduct myself loud and aggressive to keep people away. So I need to go and learn communication skills that will enable me to have difficult conversations and difficult circumstances, so that I'm not reverting back to loud and aggressive and violence, because if you do the same things, what happens? You get the same results. So
do you ever get angry or frustrated anywhere? It's a natural emotion, isn't it? You just handle it better.
Aye, I've learned how to express it in a different manner. See, if I was dead happy, I wouldn't suppress my laughter. I would just mean you would just be giggling away, quite the thing. And yet when we're angry, we get shamed about it. See if you don't behave yourself, Santa's not going to come. See if you don't behave yourself, you're not getting a cake. So we start people to try and manage us. We start getting veiled threats. So basically what we're saying is, to be angry is something to be ashamed of. And it fucking isn't, mate. It's like saying you're angry, go, you fucking dead, get it out of you. But it's not acceptable to start using violence to start to resolve things. So I've got to learn skills. So learn some new information. But the key thing that I do is that I learn to go down for this conscious level of conditioning, the beta frequencies, that how our brain operates when we're in, me and you operating through 5 senses right now, take it down to the alpha level, into theta, and have a clear idea about who you want to be. So it's like, it's good when you do goal settings, like some people want to get islands in Haiti and eat all these flash mobs. Good for you, go for that. Who likes, listen, if there's abundance in the world and anything's possible, then that's possible. But why not start right here? Why not go like that? Who are you going to be, James? What sort of person are you going to be? Doesn't matter what the conditions that you're in. Doesn't matter who's running about you. Doesn't matter how other people are behaving. Who are you going to be? So then I say, Jed, who are you going to be? So I'm saying, look, I'm going to be a man of integrity. What does that mean? Because it's very, very general, that. Well, that means that I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be responsible. Do you know, I'm going to be faithful. Does that mean that you don't get overwhelming urges when life is not going your way to act like that? Of course it doesn't. These things are still written out of you. But if I say, this is what I intend to do, this is my intention, but my body starts acting, heart's gone, my heart's racing, adrenaline starts running through, so on, my body's now doing this, so now I need to become different from what I've intended to be. No, here's who I'm going to be, and if I get through a day and I don't quite live up to that, I'm going to review that and say, what can I do better, because this is who I choose to be. Maybe I became a product of past experiences that conditioned us to respond a certain way, and now my behaviour, how I'm responding to the conditions in my life right now is based on past events and past conditioning. But all of a sudden I say, this is who I'm going to be. I'm not saying I'm it right now, but this is who I'm going to be, and I am not prepared to take that I can't achieve this. So how can you not become honest? See, if you want to become honest, you know what to do? Stop being dishonest. Fucking dead easy. Wake up every day and say, get yourself a beta down to alpha. Visualise, what would an honest Jed look like? How would an honest Jed walk? What would his voice projection be like? What would an honest Jed be doing in his life? How would an honest Jed feel? So then you start saying, well, I would be walking like this. My body language would be open. I would start feeling confident, energy, vitality. So in your meditation you go, what does confidence feel like? What does energize feel like? And you create the feeling. So you start commanding your body to start responding to what your intention was. The intelligent part of my brain is saying, this is how I'm going to be. My body's got different ideas because that's living in the past, but I'm saying, no, let's bring it right into the future. Does it work all the time? No. But do you know what's happened as a result of that? My mind has opened up. Never been to school. Primary 5, never been in school. Never used my mental faculties. I used to read a book. Somebody suggested 5 to 15 pages of a book. It's going to inspire you, motivate you, or educate you. So you start reading the stuff, you get to 3 pages down, you're thinking, right, who's coming up to visit us and who's going there to visit us and blah, blah, blah. Then you go, what have I just read? I can't remember. So let's go back and revisit it. Oh, same again. See, 6 months later, after you've been involved in that process, somebody will say to you, what did you just read in 15 pages? And you'll be able to tell them exactly what you've just read, what it means to you, and how your interpretation of you're going to put that into your daily living.
What is that when you're reading something and you can't? Because I need to listen to audiobooks. I struggle with that. I'll read a page and I go, what the fuck did I read? And I need to flip back.
I've never used it. You've not trained it. So it's like you don't go to the gym or you don't do any running and then go and try and run a marathon, you'll be fucked. But say if you go and say, I'm going to go and run it, if you've not got any disabilities, and even lots of people with disabilities have ran lots and lots of marathons, but if you've not got any and it's just because you've not decided, you have spent your time doing something else rather than training up for a marathon, then you will struggle to do a marathon. But see if you say 3-4 months before it, let's do a couple of 6Ks, let's do it, and you follow the training programme, you will fly through that marathon, mate. So it's eating. See if you want to do it, just go through the process. Just say, right, 10 to 15 pages of a book every single day and just stick with it, stick with it, stick with it.
Did anybody give you any guidance? Did anybody look up to and go, man, he's doing well, he's
There was an old guy called Ricky Joe, right? So everybody in AA, back in the old day, they got a double barrel name like Jack Your Heart and Killer Mig Up and all that, right?
Sounds like a fucking old gangster film, doesn't it?
So it's one of them. So he was a old guy, took us through a 12-step programme, mate, and it was honestly, it was life-changing. But it was like, see the first time I went in and seen him at the meeting, I says, go on, he's a wee horn and takes us through this 12-step programme. No, what he done, he says, I would love to do that, son. So you got in a wee room, it's in a jail, so it's in a jail, I've got fucking 5 years left today, but I'm dying to change, right, mate, I really want to change. I'm using drugs in there as well, I don't want to use them anymore. And he goes like that, took us in a wee room and he says, can I give you a cuddle, son? And I'm like, I ain't bother. So it was like one of the wee man. So, bro, how you doing, bro? I had no human contact for years, really, right, mate? And he grabbed us dead tight and he's like, it's going to be alright, son. And I'm like, I ain't bother, mate, right? And he's like, we're going to change things, it's got to get back. And he started fucking greeting, mate, right? He just
that because you get some love?
Aye, he broke through it all. And he's seen the mask and he says, it's going to be alright. Now, bearing in mind, James, I was a big boy at that time. I was training myself constantly. I was very aggressive and I was very, very violent as well. And I trained myself to be like that. And he just punched a hole right through it. And he took us through this process where I looked about what happened in my childhood. As part of that, he encouraged me to go and get my social work records. And I taught the social worker a big pile like that. And then I started seeing a wee note that my ma wrote when she left us. Please look after my son. And then you see the circumstances. When you're 7, you can't understand. But when I was 26 and I look back, my ma had cancer. I don't know what was going on in the relationship, but it wasn't good. We were in all sorts of women's refuges and hostels. We were pure poor. Sometimes we couldn't eat. I wet in the bed constantly because I was so traumatised. There was no washing machines. She just thought that somebody else looking after her son would give her the life that she couldn't give. But when I was 7 years of age and I'm saying, Mama doesn't want me here, then it left big scars.
And she's actually trying to do you a favour.
So see, when I get through there, whose responsibility to change? And then you go back and you look at it all and you say, that is why. But see, as I keep revisiting that, I keep on. If memory, the reason we remember something is because of how we felt when we experienced that. If I keep remembering that, I'll experience the same emotion. So if I keep running over the same ground, I'll feel the same feelings. And because I'm feeling these things, this is my response to the world. So I says, right, now that I know what's happened here, and now I've got a bit of understanding, and now I get a different story about it all. That didn't happen. I wasn't discarded because nobody wanted. There was a big story behind all that. And then I looked at that and I said, right, well, how can I move on for that? Techniques like prayer and meditation. Now, prayer, people think prayer's like Christian orientated. It is because we're very indoctrinated in Christianity here, innit? You go to Catholic schools, but even when I went to school, it was all very Christian nativity festivals, Christmas, Christian religious festivals like Christmas, like Easter, things like that, and you were taught to do that at school. So then you think, well, if there's a power that exists, it's certainly this Christian one, but it's not satisfying me anymore when I'm in the jungle and running about like Rambo and other people are being Rambo on me, and you discard that, and then somebody says, well, listen, you can choose your own concept of this power and you can go out into this field. And if all prayer is auto-suggestion, so if you're getting down every morning and saying, use the term God, or you just go in and say whatever that higher power happens to be for you, and you say, look, see the day I am going to be the best version of myself possible. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have integrity. It means that I'm not going to bully anybody, I'm going to regulate my temper, I'm going to learn to communicate properly. And then you go through your day, and the first time you do that, what changes? Next to nothing. Then you get to the end of the night, and then you do a wee bit of meditation, and you create that image in your mind, you put it in your long-term memory, along with the emotion. You get up the next day and you set your intention again, this is what I'm going to do. See if you do that year after year after year, do you know what happens? You get up one day and you're honest that day. You get up the next day and you've not lost your temper. You get up the day after that and eventually you're growing into what you have decided that you're going to become.
You're retraining your brain.
Retraining your brain. But do you know the best thing about it all, James, is the Scottish Government's woke up to this now. We need heroes, mate. We need heroes. We need other people round about us who are living their life the way that we think we would like to live their life. And you say, how did you do that? I will show you how I done that. And then he'll say, because there is lots of good people run about, can we talk about what you done that am I allowed to say I've watched that documentary? So see when you watch that documentary you done, has everybody seen this yet?
No yet, mate, we're trying to get it out there.
Wait till they say that, mate, because I was moved, mate. I was like holding it back, moved with some of the very human stories and some of the suffering that's going on right round about us, and even your own emotional response when he came out and he showed you your Christmas messages, just like fucking...
It's hard hitting.
Very hard hitting, mate.
But that's the truth, is what's going on, do you know what I mean? And it's... but I think you're, for yourself, man, you're a hero for what you've come through. I know, man, I think you deserve the respect for what you've done, mate, for everything you've fucking been through, and you're living proof that anybody can change, man, through the drink, the drugs, the homes, the violence, the anger, the frustration. Now you're doing so well, mate, through your accountancy, through your seminars. You've got a beautiful wife, a son. Two sons now, sorry. And what you're doing is unbelievable, man, and I think...
But see, the thing with that is, James, I know part of the caveat with all that is when you go through a 12-step programme, part of that is that you look at your past. No, what my ma done, what they, but how did that affect me? And then you get in the bit where harm's done to others, and then you start looking at the violence on other young men, the liberties took on other young men that's got you into there, and some very serious things that was going on at that time, and you go, how can I make amends to them? How can I possibly make amends to them? Do you know what old Joe says? Wise old owl, he says, Jed, you know what you do here, son? You recover from drug addiction and alcoholism. You go and learn the literature that we've got in here, and you hang about here. And do you know what happens? See, when other young men come in at the back of you, you show them, you have the courage to share exactly what happened to you, even your guilt, even your shame about it all, because do you know what will happen is you can show them a way out it as well, and that's how you get rid of the guilt and shame.
Because you're sorry about it, you're apologetic, aren't you, for the things that you've done?
Oh, definitely. I would love to sit down with the people that I've harmed. Listen, I don't know if it would do more harm than good or no. So if anybody's out there that knows that that's happened, then feel free to contact us. Because I would love to sit down with them, and they'll be very angry and very aggressive about it all, but just to explain, listen, if there's any way that I can make amends for that, then I would. But what I wouldn't do is jeopardise my son's or my wife's well-being for it all. But I would love to sit down with somebody and thoroughly apologise for them all and explain why that all happened.
But if people can hear your story, they kind of understand it. And I'm not condoning violence, but when you're trained and conditioned to act in a certain way, it can be programmed for a young age, man. And it's not that we are bad people. I believe everybody's got goodness in them, do you know what I mean? And it's just so by it as a way of life, but sometimes you've got to kind of thank your past because you're saving lives. You're helping hundreds of other people change their life, change their mindset, change their belief system. Do you know what I mean? So you've kind of got to go, do you know what, if I never done all that, then I wouldn't have been in a position I'm in.
Listen, see the thing I know, see living with guilt and living with shame and stuff like that, it's not a creative force, it's a survival force, and when you're in survival, you're like selfish protection, self-preservation. When you're in creation, it's selfless. It's opportunities that are happening in the future. And when you're in creation, you look back at that and say, what was all that about? It has no meaning whatsoever, but it will have meaning if I can use the experiences, learn new skills, and give other people techniques that will allow them to change their experiences. And by that, see when you start putting it out there, what am I doing sitting here now? So you, for instance, you start getting people come to you. You receive. So what happens is that energy starts coming back to you. And the reason I'm here now is because I'm no big on social media and stuff like that. I don't really watch Glow or something like that. I didn't watch all that stuff, right? And listen, good on you, brilliant. But I'm trying to control the content of my day. Do you know, I've got a lot of stuff going on now.
Feed your mind positive stuff.
Feed my mind positive. Yet here I'm all sitting beside you now. And then if you look at other people that's come in, I was saying to you about Jack Black's ex-wife Norma, who works for a charity now, helps people with Scottish aftercare forums, I think that they're called. She'd set up Mind Store with Jack a way back. He'd done the Silver Method, I went and done the Silver Method, and now she's getting involved in helping to promote it all. But that's not all about like me saying and do public events and personal development. It's like we do the stress management, we regulate the body, we look at goal setting. A lot of stuff comes from like Tony Robbins, for Jack Black, like for Think and Grow Rich, millions of stuff that I've learned. But I'm not shouting, listen, I'm your guru. I'm on a journey myself.
Exactly, because not necessarily what we're doing is right.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It just feels right for us. If I look at my life 2 years ago, 4 years ago, And the way I'm on now, man, my life's gone good. I'm feeling good. I know I've still got stuff. I'll be working on me to the day I die, and so will you.
Definitely.
It's just, we're just living proof, man, that people can change. People
100%.
can make the changes. What about your seminars and that? How can people get a hold of you? How can people
what I've
book
done
tickets?
is, it's one of Eventbrite. It's called
Right.
Dynamic Transformation Day. And the Facebook page you could like is called Dynamics Creation. It's my
Right.
pictures that's on it as well.
So Dynamic
There's lots-
Creations, man, you've heard the Jed's story, man. Get involved, get lighting, and get tickets, because I'm going to the next seminar.
You've got a ticket.
Aye.
I think there's 60 odd people at that now. The last one, it was 87 tickets. I gave maybe 10 of them away, and the usual, the 10 that didn't have to pay didn't turn up. It's no value. But it's really just to practice stress stuff that I've learned through the Harvest Clinic as well. But the idea is to refine it, because we want to start taking these programmes into institutions, into young people, maybe community groups and stuff like that. All people, teach them how that they can downgrade their own stress response. Now, acute stress is good. I'm talking about chronic stress, where it's now leading into the insomnia, when you're starting to have mental health problems, that your body is now starting to get so run down that you're starting to catch every airborne virus that's going out there. I want to start teaching people how to do that, but mainly is so that I can refine the techniques in other people. So I was saying, like Norma runs a charity. I'm going to do some stuff with him. There's other pal of mine, James, and a boy Alan as well. They work for the violence reduction units, Big Eddie Gormley. They're all guys that are doing, that've had similar experiences, and they're now working with lots and lots of young people who are engaging and are desperate to change their life. But the key thing that we're getting to with it all is that it's a 5 thing. There's going to be long-term projects. So James was suggesting that he would recommend any more than 30 on the project at the same time. It's going to go on for 18 months, so there's going to be significant funding on that. First part of that is going to deal with trauma training, how they can deal with their own trauma, their own self-limiting beliefs. The second part of that is going to be employability skills, and the end part of it is they need to get employment. See the statistic, James? See young people, there's 15,000 currently now. Now the numbers are up and down slightly. I've looked after young people happening in Scotland right now, right? So there's 15,000 young people either in care, in foster care, or the equivalent, right, in Scotland now. Historically, only 9% of them go into higher education, as opposed to 39% of other young people it's not looked after. More than half of them end up in prison. Within, I think it was 9 months, 30% of them are homeless. 45% of them have got mental health problems. So you think about it, right? You've got young people, their parents have died. They've either been drug addicts, they've been alcoholics, they've experienced sexual, physical, emotional abuse. Totally traumatised, mate, right? And all of a sudden, they go into this care environment where the corporate parent, i.e. the Scottish Government and the local authorities, have got a responsibility to look after them. And they do their best, and they spend massive amounts of money on that, and there's brilliant people that work in that sector. But for some reason, the outcome for these young people is exactly the same as it was way back there. So more young people are going to leave the care system, become very much involved in violent behaviour, develop bad coping skills, and see even the ones that don't end up in addiction, homelessness, they still die younger. They still die younger than your normal person.
Why stress?
I think the body has only got so much energy, mate. Now, I don't know if that's the case. And what happens is we just keep gaining it away and gaining it away. And because we're using up so much energy today, we borrow some for tomorrow. And then when we use the tomorrow, we've only got half that energy, and we borrow some for the next day, the next day, and the next day. And all of a sudden, we've got none left. And the game's over, and you're open to all sorts of stuff. But even the coping habits that we do use, like using chemicals to change, alcohol and drugs, think of the long-term effects that they're having on you. So the idea is, if we can start doing these courses, and if I can do what I've done, if you can do what you've done, and no being derogatory to myself, no running myself down, so the fuck can anybody else, mate, if they are showing the same tools, the techniques and strategies. But see, when I'm doing my seminars, it's no like, it's no damage. It's actually like we some stuff like that, sports agents that are there, football agents that are coming here, guys that are running very
So it's not
successful
just people
business.
that's got problems, it's people who's want to take it to the next level.
Achievers. So what
Business
we're doing
owners.
is, what we need, so we do some stuff with 2 rehabs, right? So we're in a rehab on a Sunday, we're in a rehab on a Monday, and what we do is we go in there and we do workshops with them, we do working on our self-esteem, we teach them self-induced relaxation, we teach them mindfulness, we teach them techniques how to downgrade their stress response, how to have a better vision of themselves, and it's like, and then you got other people who are looking to maybe sign Premier League football players onto their books and stuff like that. You got other guys who's trying to move his company for what may have now, he's wanting to move it for 5 million to 30 million in the next 18 months. So they're at that level. But when you're in the rehabs, what you've got to do is we just want them to believe that life can be different from what it was in the past. Right. So you're trying to teach them to work on a bit of self-confidence, how to manage their stress. Maybe it's getting up during the day and brushing their teeth and getting a shower. Some of them are coming on quicker than other people. So the main thing that I'm doing in it, I'm refining what's working, what's not working. I'm learning my communication skills. I'm practicing the techniques on myself, and I'm saying, listen, what was all that about? This is what it's all about now. And then I think I was always aiming for success, if I can get this, if I can get that. And now, honestly, I think I'm aiming for fulfilment, mate.
Fulfilment is what it's all about, because success, mate, people define their success on materialism, money, whatever, but your success is trying to be happy every day and progressing. Tony Robbins says that everything's about progression. You've got to keep progressing every day, keep raising the bar, and that's a sense of fulfilment and completion. But what you've done, mate, is amazing, mate, and my hat's off to you. No doubt we'll do things in the future. And for people, get on the Facebook page, get a ticket, man, and you hear his story, man. The guy's doing big things, man. So thanks for coming on today, brother, man.
James,
I appreciate it, mate. Honestly, man. Love you. And we're off.